Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU and welcome back to my Riftborn playthrough slash tutorial. Our empire is now engulfed in war and we are ready to exterminate our enemies, and it does seem like the most likely victory condition we're ever gonna get is indeed military related, which is a bit of a problem because cravers have a lot to say in that regard and they are ever slightly horrifying. So, you excuse me if I'm not too thrilled about fighting them yet. Later on it's going to be amazing, but we're not ready for that yet. Horatio, however, on the other hand, seem to be pretty chill about this, and after they have a small fleet heading our way. Now what does worry me is that they are actually now switching into using energy weapons, which is a bit of a problem since my ships have nothing but plating, and there's this one lonely raft spirit supplying the entire fleet with its shooting. That's not very good. Thankfully the enemy is still mostly using beams and not lasers, so I have a bit of time before they actually become in any way dangerous. But this is something to keep in mind, especially when researching new stuff. So not only do I now need to have more, command points in my fleets, so I can include more ships, but additionally I probably need to have some kind of shielding. So in order to grab that, I can either install more shields on my support ships or upgrade my offense ships potentially. So I need to grab one of or both of those technologies, which I will do at some point, but this is now increased in priority. And of course there are always the bombers. Yes, that's right, bombers themselves. Now, gaining them doesn't actually give us access to any energy-related weapons, but it might give us some extra options in later down the line if we do need to use some kinetics. I'm not too keen on that, but the problem is, the reason why I'm not going for fighters is because I want to show you the mechanics of this new patch. And the problem is that the fighters by themselves, they don't really attack much. They mostly focus on defending, actually. I mean, that's not entirely what their AI is all about. It's a bit more complex than, for instance, Bomber's AI is. But I've seen fighters do nothing, whereas Bombers always do something. So they're just more entertaining to watch. Besides, I mean, I'm all out offensive faction, so Bombers do make more sense. Either way, this is just something to keep in mind, and that doesn't mean I'll go for those upgrades next. I'm going to test my fleets and see how well they perform, and speaking of testing my fleets, I'm also going to make more of them, because I sadly do need to do just that. So let's go ahead and prepare another Wraith and another Spirit as well. Those are some weird names. I should come back to my old habit from Endless Space 1 when I was renaming every single ship. That made them sound a little, in a little bit better way. I was thinking about making a budget ship version of a Spirit, but by the time I need another Spirit, I'll have enough resources, let's be honest about that, so I don't need to worry about it right now. Our hero leveled up, so extra production most likely. Yep, I think that's the thing I care about the most, because that hero is commanding, or rather governing, a system with a lot of hot planets. Something else happened? Oh yeah, they even ended. That's a shame. I like the religious ideology boost, and those guys have BS to say. They always say that until you shut them up, so I'll be very diligent in shutting them up. Now let's see, how well is our tower working? It's giving us 10 dust per 10 now, which is nice. It shows us also that the game is running things up in a weird way, because remember, it's +2 for every 10 that this tower is in action, and now it's 10. Oh yeah, it's +2, not ×2, yeah. It makes sense. Either way, it's still amazing. And let's see, let's move our fleets. I mean, by the way, in case you're wondering about the build of silence over there, I was drinking my tea, as I always am. Anywho, I see some enemies on Altair that just took Altair from me, so I'll hope to kill them all, which is going to be a little bit difficult actually, considering their setup. Yeah, a lot of shielding and a lot of energy weapons. They are actually countering us pretty hard. I need to potentially redesign my ships now, but either way, it's good to know. I might go for Barrage Fire. I think Barrage Fire right now makes the most sense. So with that in mind, we'll try to hit them from afar and make sure that we hit them hard. I'm willing to give away the flotilla advantage and just focus on hitting the enemy everywhere I can. Because I don't want to get too close to them, because their beam weapons would cut me quite deeply. I want to stay as far away from them as possible and just not give them a chance to use their fleet-wide bonus. So there we go! We're not even 5 minutes in and we already have a fight. Finally, it's happening. This is actually I was thinking about possible reasons why Endless Space 2 is watched less on my channel than Endless Legend was. Of course, one of the reasons is very likely the fact that, well, I was on this short hiatus when Endless Space 2 was hot, and as a result of that, people simply watched other YouTubers and they never started to care about my videos. But what I think is also a reason is because Endless Space 2 has less action to start unless you really rush somebody. Endless Legend always had action. I mean, very early on, the enemy forces had to spawn, and you had to fight with other empires potentially. There was always something going on, and I think that had something to do with the viewability of Endless Legend versus Endless Space. Anyway, right now this is shaping up to be a pretty battle. With all the weapons and lasers and whatever's firing in every direction, it's rather amazing, so I'll drink some tea as I marvel at the spectacle of death and carnage and destruction. I will say, I was expecting the enemy ships to fall down a little bit faster than that, but oh yeah, now you can see the fact, now you can see how both Horatio and Riftborn ships can both be very powerful, but it still is the problem. There is still the problem with the fact that I am a human player and the AI is an AI. So even despite the fact that the enemy has those insanely powerful, uber flexible ships, my fleet still stands victorious. But it's not as victorious as oh, never mind. We killed everybody. That's good. That's what I wanted to see. But still, we almost lost a ship. That is not very good, in fact. And this again shows that I will need to try and potentially retrofit my fleets to fight the current threat. And also, annoyingly enough, I cannot retake Altair because the enemy has another impulsor orbiting it, which is extraordinarily annoying, I have to say. Alright then, let us actually retrofit the Wraith Spirit, because Wraith has plenty of room for shooting and it's the ship that is taking the damage, so let's make sure that it's taking a little bit less damage, shall we? So there we go, some extra Hyperion shooting, and I don't think you need anything else. Now you are very well defended against shields, and that's amazing. Apply the changes to design. Now this will probably mean that I cannot afford a Spirit, that's fine, I'll be able to afford the next stand. It's only 4 extra Hyperion after all, it's not a big deal. Worst case scenario, I can always buy those things out. Alright then, so, let's see, you have enough experience to reach level 8, that's lovely. What do I want to give you? That's a good question. Let's see, I think damage is the most likely thing. I mean, armor penetration is not a bad thing at all. Except my weapons are energy weapons, so they by their very definition have a lot of hull plating penetration anyway. So that's not really what I want. I want post-relativistic targeting because damage all the way across the sky. It's amazing when you think about it. Don't know why I said it in such a weird way, but whatever. Also, my hero has probes. I forgot I gave him probes, but that's good. Maybe we'll be able to catch some extra systems off guard. I don't know why sending a probe to a system is supposed to be catching it off guard, but whatever. Now the problem is that fleet over there that just attacked the enemy, it's about to crumble. For the very simple reason that, in case you haven't noticed, its tank ship almost went down, so it's not going to be able to stay there for much longer. And now I need to reinforce it. So, Yudu says, well, I can't reinforce the upper fleet with this fleet, because this fleet is rather busy right now. First of all, let's murder those bastards. What are they rocking? Everybody's using energy weapons nowadays. That's weird. Anyway, we don't need to watch that battle, we'll just murder everybody we want to, and this should be a very, very easy fight with no damage taken by us, or almost no damage. There we go. No problems. And again, we can invade the enemy's area, and in fact, we could do pretty well if we tried. So let's go ahead and try. Again, the system was weakened beforehand. I'm gonna go for Blitz. I think if the enemy conscripts, and it's a high likelihood that the enemy will conscript, I think I should be able to take it. But again, they will probably conscript, so never mind. Let's see what happens. And oh wow, I took it anyway? Wow, congratulations to my soldiers. I really did not expect you to be that good at your job. I guess that goes for a promotion. Anyway, Menace is mine. What a surprise. What a pleasant surprise as well. So let's see, we've got a lot of Horatio. Lots and lots of Horatio. You're 70% mutinous. You dare say you're not mutinous, you have sense and Cinnabil. I think that's a bug that I just found, because it... I mean, it makes sense that it's mutinous, because of course the system was just taken, but I do have the Saint Cecilia's bill enacted. So I wonder if this will go away if I disable, abolish it, and then enact it again. So this, and Saint Sinner, bam. Did that help? Yep, now they're happy. Sorry, that was a little bit creepy. I like being creepy, sure, but I shouldn't do that on video, actually. Anyway, do I still want the extra dust tax? I probably don't. Yeah, I do want it for the super singularities that I'll reset at some point, but I also want it for the strong gamma lobbying, which I might need, but we'll see about that. For the time being, let's see, what is more tempting? Crown Exam Act is amazing, and I might grab that. Scrap Kings is, of course, here, so less cost on ships, which, as you can see, is even better than lower fleet costs, which, again, is the reason why I so dearly despise the militarist party. So, alrighty then, I guess I'll go for Crown Exam. It gives us more, then again, that is a very nice amount of experience per turn on the ships. And more experience on heroes, I also can't complain about that. But Crown Exam is more important. And this gives me access to research, more research, which will allow me to gain more laws faster. And I do need to have more laws faster. Also, I'm curious, how long will it take to research? I can instantly research colonizing monsoon planets. I kind of want to do that. Because I shouldn't do that. I will be entirely honest, I don't think it's worth it to colonize this planet, but it's just annoying me to be there and to be empty. I want to defile it. So I'm going to colonize it. It's that simple, really. It's just my personal desire, not necessarily the optimal play, which is why I'm making sure you are aware of this fact. Anyway, Fleet Rejuvenation, very nice ship. I wanted to say ability, not ship, so I'm not sure where the ship came from. Also, where did the enemy go to? I don't know, but I guess I'm happy to be able to retake Altair, which is why I came here in the first place. Blitz, and I want the system now, thank you very much. Of course, they wasted my population, but whatever. Now it's back under my control. It did cost me one population in the end, but that's fine. And again, oh, I'll have to reenact the law again. That's fine. Maybe it will fix itself at the end of the turn. And they started enacting exoscience stations anywhere instead of spin projects. Oh, that's fine. I suppose, for the time being, somewhat okay-ish. So with that in mind, now I need to start dealing with my unwanted population and start replacing them with pilgrims. So, I already have some pilgrims going to Tailifar, right? Where are you going? You're going through here over to Tailifar. And some more pilgrims over on Faitas, but it's full. Nair is also full. Menace is beyond redemption, but Altair, I want to send those guys there. I think that sending some pilgrims to Feia might not be a bad idea. This will speed up the growth of the system a lot. Let's see, and what do I have? Mostly Tailify is where I was planning to send all my pilgrims to, but Temos might need some as well, just to balance the amount of Croatia that I have bred over there. Menace, of course, as well, but I don't think this will be much. So, okay, Altair is probably my first and foremost my biggest priority, so I'll send those guys to Altair. I'm guarding every system along the way, so they should make it just fine without any problems. Of course, I am emptying the system quite rapidly, so I think I will leave one extra pilgrim to send that extra pilgrim on the next turn. But then again, a pilgrim is about to grow, so I'll be able to send another pilgrim, probably to Feia, and then when another is grown, I'll send him to Faitas, most likely. Although I'll need an extra one. No, it will be fine. It will be fine. Never mind. Alright. Menace, dear sir, what do you have, what do you not have? Do you have any approval? Yes, you do. I don't care about approval because I'm enforcing everybody to be happy. I don't really care about electromagnetic shielding. The enemy will not be able to retake that system ever, so let's scrap that. Food, I think I'm gonna scrap this as well. I don't need the extra food, actually. Let's see, what else do I not need? Improved rather, bunkers. I don't need that. Xenotourist agencies I'm obviously gonna keep. Trackable armaments. No, I don't need that either. Let's get rid of that. Everything else can stay. So that's fine. Let's go ahead and start making things that are useful over here. Like, for instance, population. I'll get one population just to make sure that I do have one over here. And this will be rather important. And we'll follow it up. Probably will not be able to make another population in time. but we'll see about that. So we'll start by working on predictive logistics as well, which is a very powerful improvement, of course, so I do want it. Altair, in the meantime, you're going to gain 3 pilgrims. 3 might be a little bit much, but at the same time, it will ensure that Altair will vote for the right party, that being the religious party, because right now, because of the system being at the frontier of our empire, they have a lot of militaristic tendencies, so I want to counter them by having a lot of pilgrims in the system. Although last time pilgrims did kind of, you know, backstab me, so I shouldn't, you know, really trust them, but whatever. Do I have any stair? I actually do have 2 sterile plants, I suppose, so this wouldn't be a useless upgrade, but microwave pipes is overall just a very good thing to have, and I can install it relatively easily, so let's just go ahead and do just that. Anything else I need to do this turn? No, it was a very productive turn, even though it probably wasn't actually, but it felt productive, and that's the important thing. I'm going to take another sip of my tea, which, wow, I have a really big cup, by the way. Unsurprisingly, every teacup in my house, okay, not every teacup, but most of my teacups, the ones that I used to drink tea from, are really big. And regardless of how big they are, they always run out of tea too fast. Anyway, we have 3 systems with 1 Horatio population. No, that's not gonna happen. GTA 4, also, especially 480. That's pathetic. Already said I can have a lot of stuff and whatever. I don't care, either way, the reward is pathetic, look at how much I'm getting per turn, but I will not give in to the Horatio demands, they are like cancer to my empire. So go away. Alright, people attacked me, I seriously don't care, so just die, and this will make me very happy if you do. Also, I can now repair my ships, in fact I can upgrade them. This will be very expensive though. And I need the dust to... I need my dust to, you know, enforce the voters to vote for the religious party, and I also need it for most likely using some high-level singularities, so no, I don't think I'll use the dust. So, now I have access to lots of new fun stuff. First is tech and physics, which I will definitely rush. Because, sure, there's other useful stuff like dimensional folding, which I really like as well. But there are still some improvements I can make on my systems that take quite a bit of time. Then again, Nair is kind of out right now. And this would help it quite a bit, but the thing is, tech and physics is a really big improvement overall over the entire empire. So I think it's the priority for us. Then dimensional folding, and then I'll probably focus on this tech tree, improve my ships, and gain access to more laws, because that's very important. So anyway, yeah, that's the order of things we're going for now. Now here you need to have some more habitats, that will be very nice for you. You're going to enjoy this, whether you like it or not. And what else do we have? I guess I can give this system a big data shipyards instead of making more ships from over here. Which won't hurt. The problem is I don't have enough resources to make good ships, so I guess throwaway ships it is. Do I have the means to make throwaway ships is the question. Let's have a quick check. I have pretty decent missiles, so I could use them as my primary weapons. Defenses, mostly meh territory. But yeah, I can make throwaway ships, so let's go ahead and make an artillery ship. So there's that, I'm going to call it... How do you call those beams that can be caused by... Was it supernovas or something else? I don't know. Those things that are really actually horrifying, but they are very unlikely to hit us. I don't remember. Well, if in that case, I'll just call it artillery. So it's going to be a very simple missile ship with some armor, and it's going to rely on fleet shooting, as all the other ships do. And it's going to have, I mean, I have a decent amount of titanium. And I guess I can go for titanium enhancer rather than just regular old kinetic enhancer. It has a very big increase, and it's only extra 2. That's more than 2 titanium, I'm sorry, that's a lie. But that's fine. Either way, I think it's worth it. Let's just have a quick check. Yeah, it is very much worth it. This will make this guy horrifying with his first volley, and then useless afterwards, but still horrifying with the first volley. As for Wraith, can I even create a budget version of that? That's going to be a little bit difficult, because I still need to have all the movement I can get and fleet shooting. That's already a lot of Hyperium. And I'm not really using any extra Hyperium on anything. Yeah, I'm really not. So in fact, I'm just going to redesign the already existing Wraith to use non-Hyperion weapons because it really doesn't need to. It's not supposed to be the damage layer anyway. Then again, now I do want to have this uber good ship just for my personal satisfaction. So no, I'll design another one. I'll call it cheaper luxury. That makes no sense, but it does convey the message. So for a weapon, I wish I could install bomber, but whatever. We're going to use missiles. It's going to use some decent amount of shooting, in fact, because no. Mostly, of course, plating, because I will use fleet shooting and then a lot of engine boosters so that my fleet can actually move around. And that's it. It's still very expensive in terms of Hyperion, though. But I can't get around it, unfortunately. That's the biggest downside of Riftborn ships. It's the fact that your glass cannon ships, they desperately need support of other ships. And that is the same for all the ships in your fleet. So, yeah, support ships are absolutely necessary for you. And this is why... Yes, I know I chose it. So, yeah, I forgot what I was talking about, but I don't think it really matters. Something happens to the stock market. In fact, I would like to see those messages when they happen. So let's have them appear. And general increase in prices for luxury resources. That might be good. I have some that I can sell, but I will probably wait a little bit. I'm not comfortable preparing any level 2 modernization though, because I really am not gaining a lot of useful stuff. I mean, I'm getting some Voidstone, I'm not sure where from actually. Seriously, oh, Tailif has Voidstone, that's nice. Voidstone is amazing, the problem is that's very small gain I have, and I'm not planning to use any... whatchamacallit? I'm not planning to use any... those things, trade networks, how are they called? Trade companies, there we go. I'm not researching those, so... I mostly rely on things that I have a lot of, and it seems like I'm about to gain a lot of Jade Onyx. And sadly Dark Glitter, but I don't want Dark Glitter, it's just so bad. I'll probably use Dustrious trees again. Because, again, there's a lot of Dustrious trees in this galaxy, and in particular in my Empire as well, so it's going to be fine. Alright, so let's see, what do we have? First of all, my fighters can colonize another planet, but it can wait with that. You can start working on... Well, you're already making Wraiths, so now how about you make artillery ships to accompany it, to save up on some of our Hyperion. Muses, you're being extraordinarily slow, but I suppose that's whatever. I'll give you another Riftborn to make it a little bit faster, because otherwise you're going to cut yourself before you do anything. Also, is that a high-level subterranean wondrous thing, I wonder? I'm willing to spend that to find out. Because this might convince me to colonize this planet first and foremost. Because if it is like Orichalcics or Quadrinics, then I want to start grabbing it as ASAP. I mean, no, I will not prioritize colonization because I don't have the tech anyway, but still, you get the idea. I want to know. So there's that done. Let's see, anything else with that system? Yes, I want to send off more pilgrims. So, dear pilgrim of mine, you're going to go not to Altair, but to Faida. Not to Faidas, to Nair, because it's about to have an extra spot. But it's probably going to use up the spot as soon as it can. Do I have any structures that produce food? I mean, yes I do, but I cannot really get rid of them. Also, if it's supermarkets don't need you anymore, thank you very much. And nothing else that I really want to get rid of, so that's fine. And if I send off somebody right now, then another Epistus would immediately take its place, so I'm not sending a pilgrim over there just yet. I can send a pilgrim to Manus, but that won't matter at all. For the time being, I'll send one pilgrim to... nowhere. I'll save this guy. This will also increase the food. This will actually decrease food production, but anyway, I'll save him for 110, and then I'm going to have enough of them to send to fight as a Nair, hopefully. Gemini, oh Gemini, there's a ship that the enemy has that I want to get rid of, so I'll go ahead and murder the bastard. What are you using again? You're using missiles, right? So let's go ahead for barrage fire. Hopefully murder the bastard. Meanwhile, I'll drink some tea. He's dead. That's good. What do you want to produce? Let's see. You want to... I mean, I don't really need to move my population, but I'm going to do that because it's very profitable. And then I'm going to I can't send a single, whatchamacallit, not Riftborn, but Pilgrim over here. That would be pretty decent, I suppose, and he could grow nicely. So we'll do that. Also, you need more mines. Again, that's very important, so just work on that for the time being. You do say, you are a very nice system and very dear to me as well. You probably want more production, so go ahead and do just that. Moon base. Do we have any moons? I do have some, by which I mean one, so let's go ahead and prepare to grab that. But microwaves are just so much more important and useful, I think, so I'll go for that first. Over here we've got a bunch of Horatio BS, which I don't really care about, but that's whatever. And I guess I could go for extra industry production, but now I really... you know what? Yeah. I will go for extra industry production. But afterwards I'm going to go for microwave pipes. Okay, any other system that requires orders? Altair! Wow, Altair doesn't require orders. That's a first. So, but that's also pretty good. I'm not planning to engage the enemy fleet. My ships have taken a bit of a beating, and again, I'm trying to save up some dust. I might need to sell something to gain extra dust as well, just to, you know, be able to afford some backhanded deals during the elections, which is really important, because I don't think the religious party, yeah, they're doing kind of poorly right now. Should I ask for survey? I will ask for survey. How are they doing? Very poorly, in fact. So yeah, I'll need the best class conviction thingy to make them win. And I'll need to breed the pilgrims like rabbits. I think that one is a given. Alright. And try to limit other parties as well. Preferably the ecologists. So, alright. Operation Extermination Ecologists. So, no ecologists over here. Centaurus is already infested, and I guess I could keep it that way, but at the same time, I don't have to. I can send those Horatio to Temos, and have Temos infested, because it's already infested beyond redemption, and have Centaurus be overrun by pilgrims. Besides pilgrims, science, cold planets, it all makes sense, doesn't it? Oh, it's not loaded up. Alright, then we'll level you up ASAP. That's going to be rather useful. And then I can send the plague over to Temos. Alright then. I wish with the with the Species Stability Act, you could choose what population can increase rather than just your starting population. That would be nice, because right now I want the pilgrims to grow, and of course the Riftborn to grow, but everybody else to die. So there is that. Okay then. Anything else I need to do? I think there was something. Oh yeah, check if Altair is still mutinous. Yes, it is, so let's abolish sins and sinners and reenact it nice and easy. And now, all of a sudden, you are happy, which makes me happy. And my empire is, of course, loyal as a result. And hold on a second. Oh, never mind. For a second, I thought it was grayed out for some reason. Never mind, it's just my eyes playing a prank on me. Alrighty then. How are you doing? You actually have a curiosity to reveal. That's nice. Hopefully it's some rare resource, but that would be strange on this kind of planet. And the moment it sets a quadrinix. Hello, baby. I guess Wondrous Victory is not that far off after all, huh? Alright, I'll continue with the current research project, because I'll need the science to grab quadrinix and orocalcix mining ASAP. And those two things are just so very useful. But then, and this will also let me reach this era faster, but then, I mean, it would be pretty cool if I didn't have to go for the boring militarist victory. I mean, it's not boring, I love killing people blowing stuff up, but still you get the idea. Alright, let's kill people, speaking of which. And Barrage Fire, do we want to watch that? I think we've seen a battle just like this before, and it's going to go pretty well. But let us swap our ship so that everybody is in the middle lane. It worked very well last time, and I think it will work again this time. So Barrage Fire, let's see how well it does go. And yeah, the results are exactly the same as last time. Except this hero is actually an unfallen hero, so that's good. What's that? The enemy sent some Horatio running away like cars. I'll need to murder them. And I will enjoy doing so as well. I'm so psychotic, I know, don't worry about it. Actually, probably should worry about it, but I'm still gonna say don't worry about it. Okay, Udir says, do I want to start moving you about? I probably should start trying to take over extra systems that the enemy has. In fact, I can send you over to Ita, just to make sure that I have it under my control. But I don't think you'll survive attacking it. But just poking at the enemy could be decent. And last time we saw, the enemy had really pathetic ships over there. And if they still do, I might cause unexpected amount of damage. How much manpower do you have? You're fully stocked in manpower. If I could... I don't think I could take ETAP, but this would be very interesting if... Nah, it's so far away. I don't think it's worth it. It would be a better idea to go to this system, whatever it is. Or to Tercana, in fact. Tercana could be quite useful for us to have. And I will be cutting off the enemy reinforcements, so... Yeah, let's start going over there. Oh wait, I have to wait 1 turn anyway. Alright, let's wait 1 turn. In fact, yeah, let's go to sleep so I don't have an annoying notification. And the 10. Oh, a hero leveled up. I need to deal with that. I missed that notification actually. Excellent! Alright, 1 victory it is. I'm now set on that. So, alright, population bonus for Epistis. Is that the maximum? No, it's just the extra improvement cost reduction. That's still good. That makes Epistis not as useless as the Horatio. So that's nice. You speak BS as always. Oh yeah, the thing happened. So the Rift is under lockdown. Military forces guard the patrol with strict instructions to use any means necessary to stop any more living cores. We already have enough stored consciousness to build our race anew. My fleets obey, but there are moments of discontent. You wonder why? This was... I mean, I made a decision because of reasons I explained last time. But if I were to answer that question, you are a murderer. You are a horrible being. Not a human being, a horrible Riftborn being. But that being said, you know, I did it. So whatever. Go away with that for a second. Now, next path. And perhaps I should not be surprised. Some have seen my actions as genocide when the truth is they are a mercy. A vocal but powerful minorities stoke the feelings of the masses, encouraging them to move a full-blown rebellion. They went past it from cores reopened, even if it might cost us anything. These protests are not the Riftborn way. They are another sign that we are losing our identity to this universe. Perhaps that is the only way we will survive, though. By forging who we are and embracing displays of chaos and conflict, I don't know. The free exchange of ideas has always been a cornerstone of our way of life, but if I permit these dissenting voices to carry on, challenging my authority, I feel all might be lost. Compelling evidence has come my way that ringleaders of this incipient mutiny are meeting for critical talks about a secret fleet that borders the Riftborn space. This might be a perfect time to flatten the rebellion. So I can either crush or appease. Now this is the moment where the quest has changed completely. So it was the last time in the last quest chapter when I made the critical choice. When I decided to be my own guy and be this horrible Riftborn being that basically causes his race to go extinct and then has, you know, go wherein, whatever. The other ending, all things considered, is kind of nice. For the Riftborn, not for the galaxy, however. For the galaxy, it's a very bad ending. So this ending will be, I mean, not talking about the ending, but right now it's very different. So anyway, I can destroy the Ringleader's marked fleets, which is something, or I can raise the industrial support to 30% in 4 systems. This will be easy to do, but this would give us a lot of dust. And I like dust, and I really like destroying things. So we're going to crush the enemy. Also, it will boost the industrialists, but because it's an industrialist quest, which is weird because Appease is a scientist quest that wants you to raise industrialists. So whatever. We're going to crush the enemy. The Riftborn cannot survive if civil war breaks out. I will become a dictator, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Those are all the wrong choices. Alrighty then, so the enemy is using, as you can see, a mixture of things. And it's a somewhat similar-ish to what happens if you choose the other path of the Graves, except those fleets are way weaker. As you can see, they are basing their Riftborn ways of being glass cannons, but at the same time, they are by no means a challenge. Not at all, not anywhere. So anyway, where are the free fleets? They're over here. Alright, easy pickings for me. This guy, I don't need him. I can scrap him to save a little bit of dust, I suppose. And let's see. New event down to F. So appointing a British senator without popular support has proven to be a troublesome decision. What? I don't agree. So, now this is a shame. Actually, it's not a shame. Everything is bad. This thing reduces technologies. It gives me nothing because I already have all the approval I want. This thing gives me food, which I don't necessarily care about, but whatever. This will help pilgrims grow, I suppose. And most importantly, it boosts their religious ideology. Man, it's really horrifying to think what kind of empire I'm creating over here. Also, oh wait, they're on Altair as well? Oh. That's a problem. Not a big problem per se, but a problem nevertheless. So you're also using, yeah, energy weapons everywhere. Alright, barrage fire this, and we're going to see that battle, thank you very much, because it's not your everyday's battle after all, is it? Let's make sure that my fleet doesn't move around next time it's deployed as well. I like this deployment. Let's fight, let's drink some tea, let's enjoy the oh! I was a bit too excited, I spilled the tea on myself and on my keyboard, and it's horrible. Well, there we go. Alright, I'll pause this and try to deal with this mess. So, excuse me. Man, that's a lot of tea I spilled. Holy balls. That's some tissue to clean this up. So, if you're wondering what I do while I have Riftborn murder each other because of my poor leadership of this empire, I just, you know, make sure that there aren't any tea stains on anything. That's basically about it. Pretty simple. So, I expect the Irritable Fleet to actually do fairly well against me. I still will. I'm going to win because, again, the enemy is using glass cannons, and I'm also using glass cannons, but better glass cannons. But yeah, I already lost a ship. I'm going to lose a hero ship for sure. I don't think I will lose another ship, but I might, especially since I don't have a fleet shield anymore. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, yeah, role-playing wise, I like the other arc of this faction quest way more. It makes me feel a little bit better inside. Sure, I like being evil, but right now what my leader is doing isn't being evil, it's being... I suppose the D word would be the most fitting way to describe it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I can also think of a few other words that are a little bit heavier than that as well. Yeah, I think that's the best way to describe our faction's leader right now. And I don't feel well about it. I like being the happy psychopath that likes everybody, but also likes killing everybody. And right now my leader is just dumb. But again, that fit, you know, role-playing is one thing, but the gameplay is another, and that fit our goals. So, yeah, we are evil. Anywho, Alter is defended. Eurus, you are going to... I need to do something about this fleet, so you will go there and reinforce with your slightly destroyed tank ship, because there isn't much else I can do. I should probably make more tank ships rather than an entire new fleet, but I suppose making an entire new fleet will also be decent at fighting the Riftborn, so I'll continue doing what I already am doing. You just, I think instead of making anything, I'm going to... Ooh, hold on a second, you have a spot for a population. I would like to have some kind of pilgrim representation over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a pilgrim over to that system. Like so, so send you to Nair. Hopefully going to get there pretty fast. And on Nair, what I'm going to do is have a bunch of epists be in the docks, but never depart. Not ever. And this leaves a lot of empty room on my system, allowing my other ship to come in. Nice and easy. Alright, you're going to give me dust. Because I need some more dust. In 3 turns there will be election again, and I'll need to bribe a lot of people. And that thing I'm more okay with. Bribing people, you know, it's evil, but it's the nice kind of evil. It's like what the mob would do. What my faction leader is doing right now is genocide on his own people. That's not really the nice kind of evil. That's the mean kind of evil. I don't like being mean. I like being the nice evil guy, which I already said. Anyway, you need another level up. Obviously, more damage is the way to go. And I did forget to level up somebody, didn't I? Hey, go back over here. So, yeah, the Unfallen here needs some leveling up, so you're going to get more, obviously more speed, and later then I'll go back to Cosmic Castaway when I can. Speed is very important. Even I treat it even higher on the potence list than damage, because again, I can reassign this hero at will to other newly created fleets and have them reinforce the front lines, which is very, very important. Let's move my ships around. And I think we're more or less good to go with this then, and in fact with this video as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it was PANCZASU, also known as the Mighty Mix Spammer. Thank you very much for watching. Ooh, new population info of Croatia, which makes them even more annoying than before. Whatever, did I deal with the... I almost forgot. No, I did forget! No! No, I let this spread too much! I forgot to move to eradicate them. Oh, come on. Alright, Temos still has room, right? Right, okay, so before I end this video, I forget. Let's move the free Horatio out of the system over to Temos. Nice and easy, GTFO, and then get rid of the last one. And I will be happy. Meanwhile, predictive logistics, because I'm gonna desperately need them on the system. Alright, I hope I'll remember. Please, somebody remind me. Please, remind me. I'm talking to my future self. Please remember about it. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I'll see you online. Please remember me.